Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm a dietetic student. Nutrition fascinates me. My major not only takes the hard science of nutrition, but the social aspects too. What people eat and why, what people should be eating and why, how can we fight disease with food, how can I help point people in the right direction for long-term health, how do I talk to people about their diet and not insult them. People take food very seriously. A diet is what someone consumes. There are many factors playing into what people eat: nutritional value, your ethnicity, your community, novelty. Regardless of where you come from and what you prefer to eat, the goal is and always will be to have a balanced diet. There is a way to have the body you want, be healthy, and consume yummy foods. The word diet gets a negative connotation because of fad diets. And we all know what fad diets are. They come and go. Some are based on some legitimate and healthful science, but they are taken to extremes. Many will use these fad diets to shed some extra pounds quick, and they work, but they cause problems and are unsustainable. Right now I'm focused on a certain fad diet, juicing. Juicing is the act of extracting juice and micronutrients from the fruits and vegetables, leaving the pulp behind. What you get is a highly concentrated form of all the great nutrients fruits and vegetables have to offer. The taste may have to be acquired and can be worth it to get all of those silly recommendations in a day. My claim, though, is juicing diets exploit a good supplemental tool and turns it into an unhealthful fad. There are two main problems that juicing prompts: the imbalance of essential macronutrients and it spikes your blood sugar levels. First, juicing offers plenty of essential micronutrients the body needs for survival. However, it lacks very important macronutrients. Those are protein, fat, and carbs. You need all of those together to be healthy long term. Stated in the Nutrition Through Life Cycle text, the recommended amounts for adults of fat are 20 to 35% of your daily calories, carbohydrates are 45 to 65%, and protein is 10 to 35% of those calories, so you need a lot. These macronutrients do a lot in the body. The McKinley Health Center defines the role of these play in your body: energy, growth and development, tissue repair, immune functions, making essential hormones and enzymes, preserving lean muscle mass, absorbing vitamins A, D, E, K, and carotenoids, and maintaining cell membranes. And also fat is really yummy. It makes everything good. You just hold everything together. Although you can get protein from the juice, it takes many servings to reach your daily goal, and you're getting carbohydrates from the juice, but it's also spiking your sugar. We'll talk about that next. You are not receiving the fat you need from the juice alone. Fat is absolutely essential to the human diet, and of course you don't want an excessive amount, but it plays a huge role stated in the uses stated above. I went to juicingcollection.com, where they have a nutritional calculator for juice. Because what you do is you can put in what fruits and vegetables you want, the quantities, you plug it in. I made up one. It was 1 large apple, 2 handfuls of spinach, 1 cup of beet greens, 2 cups of carrots, 1 cup of collard greens, and 1 whole lemon. Sounds not too tasty, but what it gave us is 9.22 ounces, and that equals about 1 cup of juice. The fat and protein are low, 0% and 14% respectively, and carbohydrates are high, good, but it's all sugar. It will take just over 7 cups to reach the needed protein, and you will not scrape the surface on the fat that you need daily. In the 7 cups of juice, you'll probably have all the carbohydrates, but again, sugar, leading to the second point. Juicing spikes blood sugar levels, potentially causing major long-term ailments. Juicing fruits and vegetables removes the fiber. Fiber is extremely important for digestive, but also blood sugar levels. The Tribune states, without that fiber, the body absorbs the sugar in fruit juices more quickly, which can promote rapid increase in your blood sugar levels. You don't want that spike. Fiber slows it down. Dr. Robert Lustig, via Kelly Potter of the Telegraph in the UK, confirms that the lack of fiber in the juice causes a spike in blood sugar. He also explains why this is the problem: because the body doesn't have a hormone to fight the fructose or to help the body regulate fructose as it does insulin for glucose. So it's left up to your liver then gets overwhelmed and stores it as fat. The This also increases the likelihood of that you can become insulin resistant, causing diabetes down the road. I'm not arguing that the active juicing itself is bad. I actually believe that is a very helpful tool when used properly. It can supplement an otherwise lacking diet in essential micronutrients, as long as you also have your macronutrients in there with, throw some meals in there or something. Just like most things, when done too much, catastrophic harm can be done to the body. It is a balance of the we're aiming for, and the juicing fat diet is anything about that.
Well, I like the attempt to create a bit of credibility at the beginning of the speech, and it leads into the topic in an interesting way. The whole discussion of balanced diet versus the fad diets is fine. You finally identify your topic, but it does take you 1 minute and 40 seconds to get to the proposition of your speech, and that's nearly a third of the time that you're speaking before you get to the point that you're trying to make. And I think you might want to get there a little bit earlier and then maybe add some of that background before you get to the secondary points. The secondary points were previewed pretty well, and I thought you signposted them as you got to each point and explained each one reasonably well. The premise of the first point seems to be that the macronutrients are missing in the juicing that's going on, although there are a couple of places where you talk about the amount of fat that you get in and carbohydrates that you get in the juice. So it's really not so much that they are missing as it is that you have to consume so much more of it in order to get those things that it creates the second problem. So those are kind of the two, you kind of got this chain argument going on, and it's the second one that becomes the bigger issue. And I thought you had a good amount of research on those points, and you explained the concepts pretty well. The one thing that I think is a little bit problematic is I'm not sure why this is a controversy. Are people juicing, and are they doing so in a negative way, in the negative way that you're talking about, trying to replace all their carbs and fats by the juices and having problems doing that? That's what I needed to know a little bit more of, to know that there's really something here rather than just an informative speech about, where you get your nutrients from. Because I think it's pretty standard that you're talking about how much fats you're supposed to have, how much carbohydrates, how much of this, and how much of that. All of those percentages are, basic factual data. I don't think that there's a lot of controversy on those things. The question is, can you meet those requirements adequately with this kind of diet? And your argument is that you can't. And so when we're trying to figure out why not and who's not meeting those kinds of requirements, that would, I think, build the argument a little bit more. All right, thank you.